Hi everyone, this is Seema,
And this is Was.
and you're listening to and watching Bollywood Besharams.
Look at us, our second video.
Third video. We posted a shorts in the interim, okay? Like we're basically killing it.
No, of us on video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's been a year since this podcast started and two videos. Okay, we're ready for all of the awards now.
Influencer of the year, creator of the year, content creator of the year.
There was something that I saw recently. Apparently have awards for that. I don't know if it's a new thing, but they have like
No, I think they do. I think they've had it for like a couple years at least.
the most influential influencer of the year. What are we doing today, Swas?
We are gonna watch another trailer. Dude, does that mean we're gonna be one of those like trailer reaction channels? Because that's kind of icky.
Yeah, what else can we do? Like
You know,
what there's not enough content. There's not enough content for us to make content on. We're not creative enough to make original content.
that's true. Okay, let's just watch the trailer.
But going forward, watch out. We may change it up if we're feeling brave.
Or you tell us too, like, do you want to see another trailer reaction from us, or would you rather hear something else?
Yeah, and if you'd rather hear something else, give us ideas. Do you want OC? Do you want original content? And if so, can you help us with the original content?
I don't know what we do as like original content.
Yeah, do we make our own? Oh, should we tell them the ideas? We were thinking we like do our makeup tutorials
Oh, do makeup as we do the podcast.
as we do the podcast, which now that I'm saying it out loud doesn't sound that exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know if everyone's interested in makeup tutorials.
No, it
And
wouldn't be a tutorial. It would just
what
be
if
us putting on makeup. Regardless, we will brainstorm. Give us your ideas. We're gonna go watch the trailer now. You ready?
I'm ready.
और नाम था राघव, जिनके धर्म ने तोड़ दिया अधर्म का अहंकार। गाथा उस रघुनंदन की। जय श्री राम।
So, what are first thoughts? So we just watched the Adipurush trailer.
What is it? Is it Adipurush or Adipurush? I need someone to let me know. I
I
need someone to culture me
Why
up.
did they say that word in the trailer? But because I didn't notice.
I didn't either, but I'm sure the movie it'll come up. Oh my God, is it like Hanumanji is like a Adipurush?
Oh,
I don't think so. I don't think this is about Hanumanji. So
speaking of Hanumanji, did this Hanuman not feel like not Hanuman to you?
it felt like he was just going like, he was just
Ah!
doing it himself.
Yes,
Which
yes.
is like, how are you gonna deliver your lines, bro? You're just gonna be like, "So anyways, yeah, I was angry." Like it's not gonna work.
You know the live action one we were used to watching when we were kids?
Not live action, animation.
It was it full animation or was it like like you know how Mahabharata had the version of where there were actual people? Didn't Ramayana have that too or no?
Oh yeah, you're right. It did. I think you're right.
Well, either way, but we're used to a certain Hanuman face.
Right.
I think animation and live action, I think it's similar.
Right. But it shouldn't be.
But here, it's completely different. So I think I just don't see that as Hanuman.
I think that's what it is for all of the characters. Like Ram, Sitaji, like it's like none
Yeah,
of them. I'm like, who? Okay, they're just random people. Like it
yeah,
didn't connect to me that that was supposed to
yeah.
be them.
You're right. I felt the same way.
I think because yeah, like you said, because we all like grew up watching similar media and like imagine creating what they look like in our heads from this media. So like because they don't look like that version, we're like, who are these randos? Why are
Yeah.
they pretending to be Odumanzi? Um, but yeah, so this trailer was definitely felt like I don't know, it didn't really feel like I was watching Ramayan, except when I saw like Hanuman. You know, like everything else, I was just like, I'm just watching something. And I think in part it was because like having Kriti and Saif Ali Khan as Sita and Ravan, it just feels so out of place for me. It feels so out of character.
To me, even like Kriti, I could even give a pass to, but Saif, I don't. The way he speaks Hindi too, it's never real Hindi. It always feels like, whoops, there's a little twang, a little accent at the back of his Hindi.
Yeah, as Priyanka said, they got their accents from the same place. So
So it just doesn't go. I don't see him as that. I see him as the cool, like guy, like his character in Kalonaho or something.
yeah,
Some
where he's like, I'm way too cool to be the villain here.
right.
Whatever. I don't care
Yeah,
about
his
this.
Hindi is like, I'm way too cool. I'm way too cool to speak Hindi, but I'll just do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Which I feel like even from I don't know. Saif Ali Khan, I feel like has created a very distinct um sets he does very distinct sets of movies and shows now. Like I think we were talking about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or just us, but he started doing like TV shows way before anybody else did because he did the Sacred Games. If I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, you know, like I feel like he has these very specific things that he's doing, and I don't know, this just doesn't line up in
Yeah, I
my
don't think he
mind.
pulled it off
Maybe in the theater it'll be different, but I just can't envision it. Like I would love to hear the conversation that happened
before casting him.
before casting Sif. Like, yeah, the dude that can, you know, that doesn't care about any of this. Let's get him.
Yeah, he has that attitude, like, this is all beneath me.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm a prince, you know, I don't really watch Hindi movies. I don't really care
I
about.
read a lot. I'm English.
Yeah.
Shush. I live in London. I don't know. I don't think he does, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he seems like he would, and that's enough.
I like to go to polo matches. That's the vibe I get.
That's what it is. It's a polo match vibes.
Yep, yep.
It's like being a horse girl. You're a polo match boy.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so that'll be interesting. Did you have anything about did you have any strong opinions about Aram?
To me, because the last I've seen of him was in Bahubali
Of
and Bahubali
Prabhas?
for Prabhas.
Uh-huh.
So seeing him as this righteous man, it was like, same old, same old. And this righteous is also like on another level because that one dialogue that he has, my wife is my life, but righteousness is even more important to me than my life. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. I feel like Prabhas would have been a great Draven.
I agree.
Like that would have been really good. And I think I expected Ram to look a little bit like younger and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like cooler, sexier. You know how you imagine your Bhagwan, just sexy. I feel like I'm gonna get canceled for saying that. I don't know. I just expected it to be different, but maybe a part of it was that, you know, in a trailer you can't like immerse into a world, and then when you start watching something and it's competing with something in your head, like it's really difficult to win that battle.
Yeah. And I think if you do watch the full thing, maybe it'll be better.
Yeah. Let's hope. Let's talk about Kriti though. Like this is a big role for her. We haven't seen her. I mean, you know, Mimi did well, but it was a very different kind of a role, and we haven't really seen her in something quite this grand.
Yeah, with this big of a budget, like this is like
Right.
the most, if not one of the most um expensive movies ever to be made so far. So
Wow.
it's a big deal. And it's a pan-India movie, right?
Right. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how she does. I know you personally didn't like Mimi that much, but did you feel like her acting skills were good enough to be cast in something like this?
I don't think something like this required that much acting.
I guess that's true. You just get kidnapped, and then at the end, you're like, "No, I'm
Yeah,
pure. Please believe me."
yeah.
That's a
I
good
think
point.
she's proficient for that.
Yeah, I feel like she's a very kidnappable face, so
Yeah.
very easy.
I mean, now I think she is. Do you think she's an A-lister yet?
I don't think she's an A-lister yet.
But she's there. Like she's
She
on.
is like right underneath, you know? Do
Right.
you think she's an A-lister?
I don't know, like how broad is A-list anyway? Like Preeti is pretty A-list compared to some other people, but she's also not on the B list.
A minus lister?
A minus lister.
Yeah, because she's, I think, I don't know, you can't compare her to like Deepika and Alia,
Yeah,
right?
not to them or Priyanka, but
Right.
you can compare her to like who can you like
Who can you, like, to who?
Kiara?
Yeah, to Kiara you can, but I also don't think Kiara is an A-lister.
You're right. I think Kiara's and her are on the same level.
Yeah, are there not other actresses from, like, Bhumi, I feel like is a little bit beneath them? No?
Yeah, I think so.
This feels rude.
It has to be said. I mean,
We're not even gonna get a hamper at the end of this. What are we doing this for?
this is true. Hmm.
They're all A-listers in my heart. No,
Well, and
but
there's this group of girls, and then there's the Ananya, Janvi, Sarah group of girls.
right,
Do you think they're
right.
on the same level?
Absolutely not. No, like like to me, the Janvis and the Ananyas, they're not really, like they have some movies out, but they're just such babies and they haven't really gotten their footing. They don't, it's like they're figuring it out. Like it's just, they're like little toddlers to me.
Yeah, and I think Kriti does feel like she's one step above of that.
Definitely, definitely. But I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think the A-listers, B-listers really works. Um, because, as we know, the Ananyas and Janvis of the world are gonna get a lot more media coverage, so it feels like they're a bigger deal almost, even
It really
though they're
does.
not.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, anyway, and then Lakshman, the brother, is played by the dude from Sonu Ki Tutu Ki Suti Ki Suti. That was surprise casting.
Let's talk about the VFX.
The VFX. I think it was okay. It didn't feel like it was the most expensive movie ever. This is VFX.
Do you remember the teaser? You mentioned it before we started recording about
I
how.
did. I remember a teaser where
Mhm,
Saif's character had 10 heads. I remember that one particularly, and he's riding like this big bird,
mhm.
and I swear to you,
It's like,
I swear.
from Dil Chahta
Du-du-du-du-du.
Hai?
And the VFX had gotten a lot of flack, and everyone's like, "This is so bad," blah blah blah. And I think the makers like added more budget to make it better or something. I'm not fully sure, but I think they put out a statement, something like, "This is meant for the big screen" or something like that.
Mhm.
So.
Do you think it paid? I don't remember the teaser well enough
Don't
to like
remember it
comment
well
on it.
enough, and it didn't have the Saif scene. The trailer didn't have the Saif scenes I
Oh,
remember.
they just got rid of the scene. They were like, "Oh, this scene sucks. Let's get rid of it. Who cares about the
But he had
VFX?"
10 heads in one of the scenes I remember.
Yeah. I don't know the VFX in this movie. Like the first half of it, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then the second half, I don't know what changed. Everything just looked off. And then every person, it looked like they just CGI'd the hell out of it or something.
Yeah, Prabhas looks so fake.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like himself. And even Kriti in some of the scenes, I was like, I don't know what they've done to your face.
Yeah, it was a little like, are you trying to animate this or is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of in the mid, like a really bad point of not animation, not live action.
Yeah, worst of both worlds. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
really.
Um, do you think you're gonna watch this movie in the theaters?
Do we want to do a podcast on it?
If we didn't do a podcast on it, would you watch it?
No. Would you?
I feel like if this was a movie I could go watch with like my family, it'd be fun,
Yeah,
because
you're
it'd
right.
be like Ramayan and it'd just be like, I don't know, it'd feel like healing my inner child, as they
Yeah.
say, as the youth says. Um, but I think if I was going to watch it alone or like with my friends, it just wouldn't feel the same, and I'd be like, okay, I don't know if this is worth it.
Yeah. Mm.
But I will say, like, this is not one of those movies you can be like, oh, I'll watch it on OTT because I'm sure it feels very different. So.
Yeah, I'm sure the effects are better not in a little TV. But I do feel like this is one of those our classics like The Lion King or something where everyone knows the story, everyone's seen a version of it that's really old now, and this is the new and improved live action.
Yeah,
So I think it has its appeal. For
definitely.
families, like you said, I could see the families going in to watch this together. Kids, because it's like a full, you don't even have, like from your grandmother to like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and I will say I am like I enjoy seeing our mythologies turned into movies. Like that's really cool to me. In part because I grew up watching it and then I don't know, there's like a part of me that's like, our parampara, it'll live on. Like so it is cool to see that. Because I feel like I don't know, I feel like these stories are genuinely so cool. Like they're just really good stories. So I just hope they tell it in a way that keeps its heart.
Hmm.
Although I don't know, I have my issues with Ramayan, as we can, I'm sure, all guess what they are. But yeah, I think that was everything.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought, and do you like seeing our faces? Should we do more of this? What if they're like, don't do any more of this?
Please, if this is the best you're gonna come up with, just stop.
Well, we'll catch you on our next, hopefully not a trailer reaction, maybe something more interesting. We'll see. No promises.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, smash that like button, etc.
And share it with all your friends.
Or at least like one or two.
Yeah, and then those one or two could maybe share it with their one or
Exactly. We'll get world domination before you know it, buddy.
two. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.